Welcome to Stephanie's Academy Tuition Center. Today we'll be focusing on quadratic equations. So many people ask, what is a quadratic equation? So a quadratic equation is an equation which is in this form. So y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. So this is a quadratic equation. So in this quadratic equation, you have to identify the coefficients. So to solve this, there's an equation we use. Y is equal to, x is equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. The b, the a, and the c, these are coefficients that are found in the quadratic equation. So for instance, our coefficient in this equation, our a is the capital letter A over there, our b, the small letter b, and our c, the one we provided there, c. So these are the coefficients that we have to plug into the equation in order to come up with the x values. So let me give you an example of an equation so that we identify our a, our b, and our c. So we have 2x squared plus 4c plus 4x plus 5. So our a in this equation is 2, our b is 4, and our c is 5. So the a comes with the power 2, the b has just x to the power 1, and the c has no value of x there. Okay. And take note that an equation will be in this form: ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So an equation needs to be like this for us to be able to solve for the values of x in our quadratic equation. So if you were to have variables on the other side, for example, you have 2x squared plus b plus 4x plus 5 is equal to 1. So what we are supposed to do there, we need to have our quadratic equation to be equal to 0. So the 1 needs to come to the other side. So it has to be in this form: 2x squared plus 4x plus 5 minus 1 is equal to 0. So that we have it in this form. So to proceed further, it will be 2x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 0. That's when you can solve using the quadratic equation form. So how we came up with that 4? So we can see 2x squared, it has no like term there. 4x, it has no like term. But as we can see, 5 and 1 are like terms. So we had to subtract 5 minus 1. That's where we came up with the 4 there. Yeah. So we have solved the following equation and give your answers to 2 decimal places. So I have this equation here: 2x squared minus 13x plus 14 is equal to 0. So we first have to identify our a, b, and c. So as we said, our a needs to have x squared. So our a there is 2. Our b, mind you, don't forget the signs. Our b is negative 13 and our c is 14. So we have identified our a, b, and our c. So now we can use the equation to find the x values. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So we can plug in the values, we can replace there. So x is equal to, our b is negative 13. So the signs again, minus, open brackets, negative 13. Plus or minus the root of, open brackets, negative 13 squared minus 4. Our a, 2. Then our c is 14 there. Then over 2, our A is 2. So you proceed like so here now. So as we can see there, we have negative 1 times negative 13. So we know negative times negative, that gives us a positive. So our x will be equal to positive 13 plus or minus the root of, so we deal with what's in the brackets now. So be cautious as you are solving. Always include whatever is included in that equation. So you start, open brackets, negative 13, you close, squared, minus, open brackets, 4 times 2 times 14. So we got our answer to be 57, is it? Yeah. So we can write the 57 there. So I used times if you saw what I did there. But you can also do this. Open bracket, negative 13 squared minus 4. Open the brackets again by 2. By 2. Again you open 14 there. Equals, you see, we are getting the same thing. Yeah. So you can proceed there then. 2 times 2, we know that's 4. So now here we have to separate this. As we can see there, we have a plus or minus. So our x will be equal to 13 plus the root of 57 over 4, or x is equal to 13 minus the root of 57 over 4. So as we've reached this point, we first have to deal with what's on top there. So 13 plus the root of 57 is equal to that. Then we divide now by 4. We're getting 5 point, x is equal to 5.1374586. Can end there. Or x is equal to, again, what's on top first? 13 minus the root of 57. We are getting that, as you can see there. Then we divide by 4. Our answer is 1.3625413 there. Yeah, so you've gotten that. Or you can use another alternative there. You can just put brackets there, then brackets here, so that you don't get confused. Then you deal with what's in the brackets first, then you divide. So I'll show you again. So open brackets, 13 plus the root of 57. We close. We're getting 20.5498. Then we divide by 4. You see, we're still getting the same answer, which is 5.1374586. Then even for the negative part there, open brackets, 13 minus the root of 57, we close. So that, then divide by 4. You see, we are getting 1.3625413, which is the same answer we got there. So as our answer said, our question said there, we have to round off to 2 decimal places. But mind you, you don't just round off, you have to show everything. So now we are going to round off. They've said to 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places. So you know that's 1, 2. So they just want this there. But there's that aspect of, if the number here is greater than 5, meaning we have to get a 1 from there and give it to the number that's here, which is the 3. So our answer here will be x is equal to 5.14. Or, as we can see here, it's x is equal to 1.3625. But the 2 there is less than 5. So we won't add the 1 to the 6. So our answer will just be x is equal to 1.36, meaning you've solved. So we have our b here. So we have to solve this equation, and it has to be to 2 decimal places as well. So the equation we've been given there is 3x plus 5 over x is equal to 12. So there are a lot of methods you can use to solve this one. So this is the first method you can use. So you get this 3x and take it to the other side. So it will be 5 over x is equal to 12 minus 3x. You see? Then, what's our denominator there? It's over 1, 9. So we can cross multiply. So it will be 1 by 5, that's 5. Then x by 12, that's 12x. Then x times negative 3x, that's minus 3x squared. You see? Yeah. Then now it has to be in that form where it's equal to 0. So we can have this minus, or we can take this the other side. So it will be 3x squared, even the 12, minus 12x plus 5 is equal to 0. So that's the first method you can use to come up with an equation. Then the second method, the way we've been given 3x plus 5 over x is equal to 12. What we can do, we can multiply throughout by x. So you put this in brackets showing every step you're taking there times the x. So x times 3x, that's 3x squared. X times 5 over x, we know that our answer will be 5 because the x and the x will cancel out. Then x times 12, that's 12x. Then we proceed 3x squared minus 12x. So the 12x will cross the equal sign there, then it will become a negative. 12x plus 5 is equal to 0. That's the second method. So the other method you can use, equation we've been given 3x plus 5 over x is equal to 12. So we can deal with this first. So 3x, we know that that's over 9 plus 5 over x. So our common denominator is equal to 12. Our common denominator will be 1 by x, which is just x. So 1 into x, that's x. So we multiply x by 3x, we are getting 3x squared. Then x into x, that's 1. Then 1 by 5, that's 5, and it's equal to 12. Then again now, we have to cross multiply there, because the 12 is over 1. Yeah. So we cross multiply. So 1 by that, we're getting the same thing, 3x squared plus 5, then is equal to x by 12, we're getting 12x. So 3x squared, so the 12x has to cross the equal sign, it's going to be minus 12x plus 5 is equal to 0. So as you can see now, you can use this method, the other method there, or this method, but you still come up with the same equation. Yeah. So now we have to identify our A, B, and C. So our A, as we said there, the x has to be the power 2. So our A is equal to 3. Then our B will be equal to negative 12. Mind you the signs, don't forget the signs. Then our C will be equal to 5. Then now you have to write up now the quadratic equation formula, then you plug in the values. Yeah. So x is equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So be cautious, guys, on the sign. So x is equal to, our b is negative 12. So there's a minus there, then we open the brackets, minus 12. Then plus or minus the root of b squared. So our b squared there, we know the b is negative 12. So plug in there, negative 12 squared minus 4. Our a is 3. Then our c is 5. Then over 2a, that's 3. Then now x will be equal to, just to deal with this, negative 1 times negative 12. So that will be positive. Negative times negative, we always get a positive. So that's positive 12. Then plus or minus the root of, so we know that we have to plug in these guys on our calculator in order to come up with a value. So we open the brackets first, negative 12, then we square, minus, open bracket 4, open the bracket again, 3, open 5. We are getting 84. See? Yeah. So we write our 84 there. Then over 2 times 3, we are getting a 6. Now comes the part of separating. So x is equal to 12 plus the root of 84 over 6, or x is equal to 12 minus the root of 84 over 6. So as you know, we have to punch these guys here on our calculator. So you can do this, 12 plus the root of 84, we are getting 21.16. Yeah, that, then we divide by 6 equals 3.5. So we write that value, everything, guys, everything, 3.5275252232. Now we come to this other side. So 12 minus the root of 84, we are getting that, divide by 6. So x value there is 0.4724747768. So to 2 decimal places. So x is equal to 2 decimal places, as I said, 1, 2. So as we can see, the 7 is greater than 5. So we're going to add a 1 to the 2. So our answer will be 3.53. Then x is equal to 2 decimal places, even this side. So it's 472. As we can see there, the third value is less than 5. So it's just going to be 0.47. We are done here, guys. Oh, yeah, there. Okay, so we have this question here. 13 minus 9x minus 5x squared is equal to 0. So, guys, don't be confused when you see this. Just know this. The a always has x squared. The b has x to the power 1 and c has no x value. So there we go. So our a there will be negative 5x. So negative 5, that's the coefficient there, as you can see there. Then the b will be minus 9, and the c will be 13. So just make sure that you know the coefficient of x squared is always the a. The coefficient of x is always the b. And the one that doesn't have an x there is always the c, the constant. So our quadratic equation again there, the formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So our x is equal to, we plug in the values, minus our b, we know it's negative 9, plus or minus the root of b squared, that's negative 9 squared minus 4. Our a is negative 5 and our c is 13 over 2 in brackets negative 5. That's our a value. So we know what to do there. X is equal to negative times negative, we know it's a positive, so our answer there will be positive 9 plus or minus the root of, so we deal with these guys in brackets, so it's going to be, we can see, open brackets negative 9, we close, then squared minus open brackets, that's 4, then open the brackets again, minus 5, then by 13 again you open there, you are getting 341. So you are getting a 341. Then over 2 times negative 5, that's negative 10. So we come again to that component of separating them. So x is equal to 9 plus the root of 341 over negative 10, or x is equal to 9 minus the root of 341 over negative 10. So x will be equal to, so we punch in 9 plus the root of 341 is equal to, we are getting that, then divide by negative 10. We are getting negative, so the value is negative 2.746618,531, or x is equal to 9 minus the root of 341. We are getting that. Then we divide by negative 10. 0.946618531. So our x will be equal to 2 decimal places. So as we can see, the 6 is greater than 5. So we're going to add the 1 to the 4. So our answer will be negative 2.75. Or x will be equal to, there as we can see again, the 6 is greater than 5. So we add the 1 to the 4. So our answer will be 0.95. So we're done there, guys. So guys, our exercise, I want you to try these questions here now. So so I have a question there. G, 2x squared plus 3x minus 7 is equal to 0. So always identify your a, your b, and your c. Look at the x powers there, and the constant doesn't have an x value. So pay attention to that. Then our e, p squared minus p is equal to 4. Don't let the letters confuse you there. Don't let the letters confuse. It's just the same method we used, the same way. Just do what we did, you'll be able to come up with the answer there. Then x squared minus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. Then g, 2x squared is equal to 6x plus 3. always arrange the equation properly. That's when you'll be able to solve using the quadratic equation.